Fire in the hole.
Ach, Digga, magst du noch mal ein iPad holen, damit ich hier
Ja,
den Dingens
ja.
hab? Ja.
Mal gerade schauen, ob das klappt.
Als zweiter Screen oder was?
Ja. Irgendwie?
Jetzt.
Jetzt, ja.
You're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second Dojo Live track feedback stream featuring my good friend and also an artist that I really admire. I think an artist that we all admire, Johannes Kolter, aka Kolter.
How's it rolling?
Johannes, welcome to the stream. Thank you for doing this with us. We've had a huge, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Resonance.
A huge resonance, no. Resonance is the German word for it, huh? Resonance. We had, Dinglish. We had a huge response. That's the word I was looking for. A huge response. And hundreds of tracks have been sent in, and we've picked a couple, not necessarily the ones that we thought are the best ones, but also tracks where we can give some comments for improvement. We've picked a good dozen, well, more than a dozen, about 15 tracks. Let's see how many we can get through in the next hour and a half. Let's get started. Welcome to everybody that's logged into the stream and watching right now. How many people have we got watching, Garrett?
63.
63 watching right now. Awesome. Well, let's get started. We get started with Stevo Bajski's track, Margarita 11, Disconnected Touch.
Hit it.
Some nice comments here already. Right, I feel like we've heard enough to comment on this. We're almost 6 minutes in. Really nice chilled vibes on this one. And let's get into giving some feedback on this one. Ah, it's really nice, the detail here. I'm gonna let it play for a few more minutes. Almost at the end. Okay, I mean, this was a really nice one. I wanted this to be part of the feedback session because it was different from everything else that people submitted. Something very
Good choice.
understated, intricate sound design, and I really love this one, but I want to hear what Johannes has to say about this.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I put down notes. Yeah, really analog.
Yeah, nice.
Just to have a little bit of a structure on the feedback. I mean, this one is really hard to criticize already, because I feel like this guy's been doing music for a long time already. Production-wise, everything had its place. Like, the elements were super nicely mixed, and also musically, like I feel like, yeah, it was a really, really cool like album stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
You know, if I chill out, I would listen to this kind of stuff. It's already better than all my stuff. I feel. Yeah, like all the FX that he put in, you know, which really complement. How do you say, like, really accomplish the track in a way, you know. And I feel like the little FX sounds that he's put in with all the delays and glitchiness, they always are changing, you know. So I thought like maybe I could criticize maybe that the track is too long, but then again I thought like this could go like for 10 or 20 minutes and it wouldn't feel boring, you know. So we already, I don't know if we worked in like a loop kind of mode or directly in the arrangement, but I feel like he was in the loop mode and it was like, okay, I just have to press record now, dial in, mute some channels, put
Yeah.
them back in, and then it's already done, you know. And he put in I saw with a hashtag, he put in healing. So I really feel like it was the mood was a healing mood.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't know if you also looked into like this frequency spectrum with the 420 hertz or something, but it felt like it was. And yeah, really, really good track to start this off. Yeah, and I also, I mean, this doesn't have to do with the track itself, audio-wise, but I really like the artwork as well, the cover.
Yeah, the artwork
Cool.
fits the mood of the track perfectly. Yeah, I have to echo what you said, Johannes. Like, I think the intricacies of the effects that were always changing was really nice. Like, to me, it kind of sounds like almost like a Brian Eno type of thing where he sets up systems and, you know, it's a generative type of thing, you know, where you have LFOs that are, you know, modulating pitch delays and that kind of stuff. and you can just set the LFOs, and every time you bounce the track, it's going to be different. You know what I mean? And like sometimes you just let it run, and you're like, that was perfect. You know, no human interaction needed. And I'm not sure that's what he's done, but it sounds like that's what he's done. And even if it just sounds like that, that's already an accomplishment. I feel the chords were like super soothing, as you said, soothing, healing vibe. And yeah, it's the kind of track that you put maybe as an album starter. You know, also maybe something even in a DJ set, you know, like if you're closing a club somewhere, you know, and you can just, you know, like whatever, there's a sunset, you're in a magical place somewhere, you can put something like that on to just end the night, you know, and let people wind down. And I've heard DJs take these kind of risks before, and they always kind of create special moments.
Yeah, or ender. Yeah, as you said.
Yeah.
Album ending or something. Yeah, really good shit.
So yeah, as Johannes said, no, not much criticism here in terms of feedback. Just good job and well done. So let's move on to the next one. All right. So we have Sola here. Let's get started on this one. I'm gonna skip the drum intro and go straight into the meat. Okay. Listen to a few more bars here, and then we'll start with the feedback. Okay, so everything we've heard so far, strains, we've heard all of this. Let's get into commenting. Do you want to start, Johannes, or should you want me to start?
Doesn't matter for me. We can always change up if you
Yeah,
want.
okay.
To.
Let's mix it up.
By the way, I hope because I saw somebody commenting that I was frozen again. My fucking internet is doing weird shit on me, so I'm sorry for if I'm breathing for a little bit, and then I'll be back.
You are moving here on our end right now, so that's all good.
Cool.
So first I want to say job well done, Sola. I liked especially your drum fills and your use of the orchestra hits. Those were like the standout moments for me. I like the melody as well. One thing that I would say, the thing that immediately stuck out to me is that your sounds needed a little bit more shaping in terms of the envelopes. I could hear on the bass line was kind of lacking the kind of snappy envelopes that I would like on these kind of sounds. It was more like a boop, like a quite a sort of just like a almost like a gate type sound where like the sound isn't shaped. And the same was on the organs, on the lead sound. The melody was nice, but I feel the sounds could be a bit tighter. So shaping the envelopes, shaping the release of that sound, and making them just a little bit tighter and groove more with the beat. That would be the my advice for this track. Johannes, over to you.
Yeah. I mean, I like in terms of arrangement, it's already really good, and all the sounds were chosen really nicely. As you said already, it could use a little bit more either layering or sound designing on the organ, for example. It's really dull. Apart from the melody being nice, but not being able to last for this long.
Yeah.
How do you say it? The second break was too much because there was nothing new being introduced, not to the melody itself of the organ, or any additional elements which would help take the organ melody to the next level. So it could be a pad or something that you throw in, which is on like a sustain level or something. But the second break was kind of lacking. I feel like it's already nice how it is. It just needs a little bit more. It's at 90%, I feel, this track. So it was a little bit dragging, especially the second break. It wasn't really needed. So I like that you kind of presented the organ by itself in the first break without anything else. Sometimes I feel like it's cool if you have your main character, so to say, which is the organ, to just let it play on its own. But then it needs to be strong enough, either melody-wise or sound-wise. And I wouldn't play the whole melody that you have in the first break already in the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then it's like, okay, you heard it before. It's not necessary to only show the organ sound now.
Very good point.
So I would just keep maybe the intro like it is without the organ, and then only introduce the organ. I mean, simplicity is key almost always, and I think if you not already show the organ before and just keep it to the first break, then it's cool. Then if you go on to the second break where you do the exact same thing again, but with a snare roll and everything, I would try to level up the organ melody, or either leveling it up melody-wise or adding additional elements which help
layers.
the organ kind of put it into another thing, or maybe change the organ into acid sound or something, something which transforms it a little bit. But like this, a 6 minute or 7 minute track is just too long and too dragging, because you also don't really have prominent like vocals sitting on top or something, which could put in a little bit of excitement here and there. Just the organ melody was not enough, I feel. But overall, you know, it's a nice mixing, and the drums were really cool, swingy, and it was definitely a danceable track, and it would work like this. I would feel on a dance floor, like technique and production wise, but it wouldn't be a standout thing yet, I think.
Yeah, I think
got
those are
potential.
really good points, Johannes. I can add to this as well. You could probably add to the second break by either changing up the melody or changing the sound, as Johannes said. You know, like even like another layer of sound could work, maybe a toppy layer. Or even changing the instrument entirely but playing the same melody. Also, I wanted to say the melody has a nice 2-part melody, almost like a call and response melody, like dun 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 dun. So you could play in the breakdown with just playing the first part of the melody, dun dun dun, and then repeating that. Dun, 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 and then not giving them the response, the second part of the melody, until the drop. So that way you can build tension in the breakdown by kind of taking one of the call and response elements away, which is a kind of tried and tested technique to create tension and build ups and breakdowns. Otherwise, yeah, I try.
Yeah, take your time to reveal it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Overall, I feel like a solid track that can do with some improvements, and hopefully you can take some inspiration from our comments and improve the track, and then find a home for it somewhere. Thank you, Sola.
Yes, thank you for sending.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So this is by Ines, Runnin' Deep. I'm going to skip the drum intro, go straight into the meat.
while the cities sleep. Colors running deep 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 while the cities sleep. Colors running deep
Okay.
while the cities sleep. Colors running deep while the cities sleep. Colors running deep while the cities sleep.
Okay, I think we've heard all the elements of the track. Let's start with the comments. So, I start if you
Nice
don't.
one.
Yeah, nice one. First of all, I start if you don't mind, Johannes. I have some things.
Was it my turn now?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can. Yeah. I started on the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you
if I
start.
remember right. It's only the third track, right?
Yes, of course. You start.
Yeah, really cool track so far. I think this also is stuck at like 95%. I feel like arrangement wise you can make it a tiny little bit more interesting, especially if you choose to have a second drop like this or a second breakdown. The drums are sick. I really like the delay on the bass line, and it's giving me like a heads down vibe kind of. Because it's not too crazy swingy, but it has some really cool FX and delays and stuff in it. It's a little bit loopy though at some point, and also the little robo arp that you choose to bring in after the first drop, I think, it doesn't really change much, you know. So I kind of was hoping to discover, as I said in the track before, in the feedback before, to discover either a new melody or maybe a variation, a modulation of this kind of robo arp that you choose, or something. But there wasn't really anything new coming in at some point, you know. I think like the basic foundation that you have with the track is super cool. I also like the pad that is going along. Then later on, you know, it gives it kind of like a floaty vibe as well. And I really like the vocal that you chose with the running deep, the colors running deep. You could maybe try to put a sick delay or reverb on this one in the break or something, but I feel like it's just a loop like this that you kept on using and kept on repeating without putting any like modulation on it or trying to make it more interesting. So you could either try to modulate the vocal that you have, which is already sounding cool, or the robo arp, or maybe some more interesting notes on the bass line as well. So these three things, I think you could improve a little bit. Technique-wise, production-wise, again, I think it's really good. Must sound really good in the club, I feel. And the only thing which I'm not digging so much, but that's highly subjective, like everything is, you know, don't take my word for, you know, it's just another opinion. And in the end, I think you should give a fuck about it as well. If you just do what you like, of course. But the yeah, I didn't really feel it that much because for me, it was a little bit out of key as well. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on to you.
So yeah, I have some remarks as well, mainly regarding arrangement. I think you know, this track sort of rides on the bass line. It's the bass line is the main element here. I feel that you could maybe at some point layer the bass line with like another sort of lead sound that could sort of mirror the bass line, or even have a chord progression that's just like a simple minor chord that follows the bass line. That could be really effective, and you could just layer that on top. A really effective tool for that is a Max for Live plugin called Simple Chord Generator, which basically turns any sort of monophonic MIDI melody into a chord progression. You know, it just turns it into a minor chord progression, and you could just use that same MIDI notes as you have in your bass line and turn those into chords, and to just have that sit on top of your bass line for like a little bit of variation in the track. And then also arrangement wise, what I would say is you introduce kind of like a lead sound or like a melody sound in the breaks or before the breaks, and when the track drops, it keeps playing. To get more impact on a track and to get it more heads down, I feel having like a 32 bar section after the drop, which is just the bass line and the beats, just makes it a little bit more heads down, like dancey, rather than having the melody going all the way through. So just, you know, taking that back out when the track drops is like a tried and tested technique. Also, 1 beat silence before the drop is a really tried and tested technique to make the drop hit a little bit harder. Other than that, good effort. You know.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to say something which I've written down. It's only 1 point. But
Okay.
It could really use a nice little dubby chord, as you said, I think, as well in the feedback right now.
Yeah.
Coming in from after the first break, after you introduce the vocal, because it was going back into the beat from before. So I guess to keep it interesting, it just could use like a little dubby chord, and you already suggested a method to get it going, but yeah, those dub chords, you know.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Johannes. Let's jump into the next track.
Cool.
Ich kann mich hier hören. Ich kann mich in deinem Dingens hören. Ja. Let's skip the drum intro. Kensuke, Bust a Move. I'm immediately liking the bass line on this one.
time to bust. Bust. It's time to bust. I just bust this house, y'all. It's time to bust. Bust. It's time to bust. Bust up, move when you get on the groove. It's time to bust. Bust. It's time to bust. I just bust this house, y'all. It's time to bust. Bust. It's time to bust. Bust up, move when you get on the groove.
Okay, I think we've heard enough. I'm gonna have a little skip here. Yeah, and that's the outro. Right, shall I get started on this one?
Your turn, baby.
Let's do it. First of all, I think like the thing that stood out to me immediately, like I really like the bass line. I like the sound of the bass line and also the melody of the bass line. Very effective. And then when you started bringing in your lead sounds, I was like pleasantly surprised about your sense of melody. The melody is nice, complements the track well. The sound design of the lead sounds complements the track well. And the only issues that I have with this track are mainly to do with arrangement and mainly the lead melody going all the way through without many changes. So to keep things interesting, I think, and this is, I think, what we've heard now, correct me if I'm wrong, Johannes, but I'm sure you feel similar. Like we've heard this in all these 3 tracks now, like they're almost there. It's just arrangement issues and keeping things interesting for the duration of the track, right? That is the challenge, I think, for this one as well. And that can be done with changing up the sounds, keeping the melody, but using a different sounds or layering it. You could do that with modulating the sound, so filtering up and down, so you get some movement in. But also just alternating different kind of melodies and maybe different sounds and different instruments. There's all sorts of things that you can do to keep things interesting, but having the same thing go all the way through is what basically lets this track down a little bit. And it could be a really good track if we had a bit more variation in there. Those are my comments. Yeah.
No, it's I didn't really write much down to this one, to be honest, because like the beat is super fat. I think like on a good sound system, this will really go down well. The bass line is like the sound of the bass is super cool. It's like the solid bass, and I don't know, like it really played along nicely with the drums, and yeah, super cool melodies as well. I think the lead that came in was giving some super cool harmonies, and it wasn't just a 4-bar loop or an 8-bar loop. Like it made some variations which kept it interesting. I think it's a little bit too long on the track. As you said, the lead is playing the same melody over and over again. Then at the end, I think I don't know if I heard the vocal come in again. I can't remember right now, but the vocal wasn't really doing the track crazy good, so to say. I would either try to maybe focus here and there a little bit more on the vocal if you choose to put one in. But if I wouldn't see the name of the vocal right now, I couldn't even remember what it was saying. If for me it was I don't know, it wasn't really given a role in this track much, apart from trying to put in variation at every end of the bar or something, that's what I felt, at least. But apart from that, I think it's a really good track, and it would go down really well in a club as well. And it's hard to criticize this one as well. I think the level of that the tracks are on, which all get sent in here, is really giving me a hard time to criticize, because I was expecting way worse to to be sent now. These are all really, really good, I think. And yeah, thanks
pleasant.
for sending these in, man. It's crazy what level you guys are all on.
Kensuke, thank you very much. I hope you
Yeah.
can do something with these comments. As we said, this is not negatively criticizing. We're very positive about this. There's a lot going on in this track that is right, and it's just that last 10% of keeping things interesting throughout the track, putting some variations in. Johannes mentioned the vocal, which I completely forgot about. I was going to say also, the vocal is cool. You make use of it, and yeah, like if you put some variations into that lead sound melody, I think you're onto a winner here. Well done, Kensuke. Okay, next one. Nico, Loco, and Hans Groover. Oh, I'm liking that name, Hans Groover, already. Like, this name is giving me vibes. Stank face.
Oh, he's bringing it.
heard enough. Yeah, outro. Let's go. Johannes, take it away.
Yeah. Super sick track. I love it. It's a crazy bass line, and even though like the swing and all the elements, there's a lot happening, you know, it doesn't feel too busy though. And I think that's because the mix down is so great. You know, all the elements are really nicely complementing each other without it feeling like overwhelming you, you know. As I said, I'm a fan of the bass line. It's super cool. And I was just thinking, like, okay, because I always try to imagine how it's going to be in the club when you play it, or how it's going to sound in the club. But if the bring it, if it's going to be annoying being repeated this much, or if it's going to just be part of the rhythm, you know. Sometimes the words can, if it doesn't have too much meaning in the words itself, I think if you don't try to understand what he's actually saying or something, it can just be a nice little, you treat it like a percussion or like a, you know, like a rhythmical element instead of like an actual word which has meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I was thinking like it could get annoying.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you don't need it to be as repetitive as you used it. Maybe just use it once, then put a delay on it, use it again after some time. You know, it can still be a rhythmical element, but I think if you just turn this one down a little bit, you got a super sick bump, and it's already a sick bump. So it's again hard to criticize. I'm repeating myself with this shit.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Super good. Nice track.
I really have to agree
job.
with you. I really have to agree with you, Johannes. There's very, very little to criticize in this track. Exactly the same feeling that I had as well. The bass line is what stuck out to me. It's just unusual. It's cool. It's jazzy. The drums complement the drums complement the bass line actually, and it reminds me of like mood to swing type of stuff, you know, like that kind of era of house, you know, yeah, like the beats had like a really nicely shuffly sort of swing to it, and nice shakers that, like in terms of sound aesthetic, sounded really jazzy and really complemented the track well. I liked everything about this track, apart from the hip hop vocal going all the way through, and I would say maybe it's an issue of stripping that back a little bit, like, you know, bringing it in and bringing it out, but also just the mix. It was quite loud in the mix at times, and just pulling that a little bit back, even filtering it down, and having like some filtering on the vocal as we go through the track could help with sort of fading the vocal into the background a little bit and not having it as upfront as you did. That is really my only criticism. I was like, yeah, vocal, you said, is like somebody in the chat is saying is a Q-Tip sample. That's it's Tribe Called Quest. That's
the cool vocal.
Yeah. It's I recognized Q-Tip there as well. So some hip hop heads in the crowd right now, some hip hop heads in the comments. I love that you guys have that musical knowledge, you know, because obviously this is not the era that you guys grew up in, where Tribe Called Quest was big. But I love that you guys are referencing all of these kind of tracks. So yeah, not much comments other than stripping the vocal back a little bit. You know, maybe working in the mix of pulling the vocal down a little bit in the louder parts and making sure that it doesn't, you know, become annoying or repetitive. But sick track otherwise. Great bass line. Thank you so much, Nico Loco and Hans Groover. Sick name as well. Stick with that one. Nothing wrong with the name. Right. Use depth. Okay. I think this is pretty much it. Yeah, we're just reducing elements from now on. Nothing new coming in after that. Johannes, take it away.
Me?
Yeah. Yes. I think
Yeah,
it was you
okay.
now. Was it me last? I can't even.
Anyway, I'll just start then.
Okay.
It doesn't matter for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, really like this too. It's a really cool kind of old school tech house style, but then again with a little modern influence. I wrote down that if Mood to Swing and You and Ewan had a baby, it would be this. I feel with the cool little, acid glitchy sounds on top the whole time. It was like he definitely got a loop which can go for a very long time without getting boring. I didn't really dig the chords that are coming in
Yes.
after the first break. I feel like they didn't really do the track well.
Here, these ones. Oh, these ones. Right? Yeah.
They're okay. They're cool, but I feel like for the vibe that he was going for, I would try to exchange it with something else. I think putting in a chord there is a good choice, but this chord is not it. So I would just try to see if I find another one that does the job. And then going into the second break, not being totally in it yet, I feel there's too many elements playing at once, or it feels like it, because everything that he has in there has some delays and reverbs.
Yeah.
And all the sounds from the delays are clashing with each other without creating something musical, but rather not complementing each other.
Yeah.
I really, really like the acid thing that he put in, the little ARP, even though it doesn't really do that much, but it keeps on playing after the second break. I really feel like this is a cool addition
Yeah.
to take it a little bit to the next level. But yeah, I don't know. I would try to work on the second break. Sometimes, maybe don't put another break. Maybe just, if you look at the You and Ewan tracks, sometimes he doesn't have any breaks at all. Sometimes it's just one big sausage, and it's fine. Then you're free to do your own breaks, and to, I don't know, if you have FX or something, you can do it yourself, or it doesn't need it, sometimes. But really cool swing on everything. It made me dance in the chair. No.
So, yeah, thanks for these comments, Johannes. I have to say my favorite thing about this track was the sounds. The sounds were very well picked and complemented each other really well. The Ewan type of acid type sound. I'm pretty sure it's an MC505. Like Johannes, you have it as well, right? The Roland MC505, or you've got the 909. You exchanged it for a 909, I think. No, for the.
I put it way back.
Yeah. Mine's floating around somewhere. So I'm looking for mine as well. Mine's floating around somewhere. Where did it go to? So yeah, it sounds like an MC505 to me, which is like my favorite type of acid sound, because that sound is like the digital version of like the 303 acid sound, and it doesn't really sound like a 303. It sounds like a 505. Ewan used to has really used that sound a lot, and that's why I bought the MC505, because of him. So really digging those sounds. Yeah, same. I remember talking to you, Johannes, which one I should buy. I was like, which one do you rate more, the 505 or the Yamaha I can't even remember.
RM1X.
RM1X.
Remake.
That's the one.
Remake.
That's the one. And I'd like the MC505 was my favorite. So great sound design. That's what I was meant to say. I think the main issue with this track was some of the delays that you used had some groove issues with the rest of the beat. Like the main chord stab almost felt like it's coming in a little bit too late, and I don't think it's because it's not on the grid, or I think you have maybe like a free delay on there where it's like in milliseconds and not exactly in in quarter notes or thirds.
Maybe it's the delay from the groove box, which is not synced with Ableton.
Yes, maybe it's something like that.
That's
so
the issue I have sometimes.
yeah, the delay didn't sound synced basically with it, and sometimes that can do something interesting. In this case, I think you had some issues with the groove, so maybe just record that sound dry, wherever it comes from, and then use an Ableton delay so you can have it in time with your track. And then same as what Johanna said in the second break, I'm going to play that real quick here. I really love the sounds, but too many things on top of each other. But yeah, the sound design is really cool. The sounds are cool. The melodies are cool. This is a good track. If you fix those groove issues and the delay issues, and kind of choose where you, how you layer your sounds and strip them back a little bit, so you don't have conflicting delays on top of each other, I think you're onto a winner here. Nice one. Right, let's get into the next one. We've got a few more tracks to get through. We're almost. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions where we can get all through all the tracks that we've selected, but we're trying our best. So
Go.
So we got Ian Place now, Shining. Nice filter break. And here we go. Winding down. Okay. I know you started with at the last time, Johannes, but I'm going to hand it over to you again.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear what you think about this one.
Yeah, I'm with I mean, it sounds like he sampled a classic record or disco record or something, one which I don't know, obviously, else I would know, but there it's hard to know which elements he was able to use. Does he have a vocal separately? Can he put it anywhere he wants to, or is it connected to the musical elements? Nowadays with AI, I guess you have a little bit more freedom, so you can kind of separate it. I mean, you talked in Dojo about the stem separation, so I guess it's not a factor anymore that much. But I wrote down, I mean, the beat is cool. I think it's enough. It doesn't need to be too overpowered anyway. I think it fits the mood of this track nice, you know, just a nice simple house beat to not take away too much attention from the cool sample. I also like the bridge a lot with a nice piano coming in. It's very abrupt. Abrupt, do you say it like this in English too?
Yeah.
You know, like you drop all the elements and then you go kind of really, really quickly back into it again. It felt like you were being prepared for a bigger drop, so to say, where you slowly hear the elements coming in again with the piano and stuff. Additionally, it felt really cool, but you know, it can be good like this, but maybe you don't even need to drop too many elements in the second break. And I always thought when you bring in the musical element in the break, it disappeared on the drop. And I think with like the kind of modern tech house beats where you have like a super crazy sick bass line, it's okay. But with this one, I feel like you need to keep the elements definitely because you got the vocal singing over the first drop already, which is doing enough variation and is giving the listener something really cool already. But I feel like it would go better, or it would go well together with the piano and stuff that is there in the sample. So I would just try to leave the piano in for the first and the second drop, and you already got like a nice variation as well, like a bridge effect that they used to do in the disco records as well, with a different kind of bass line and stuff in the middle, which is super cool and keeps it fresh, you know. So I think you should try that. Apart from that, it's a super cool track. Good vibes, definitely. I would dance to it, and really, yeah, did bring me in a good mood. Shine on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And sorry.
Go on, carry on.
I'm not sure if I heard it before, but the "When You Love Somebody" that he said, it was kind of at the end of the track. I mean, I also do it sometimes too, to introduce some new elements really late in the tracks, which is all right, fine with me. But the "When You Love Somebody" was too cool of an element to put it in the back, you know. I would try to introduce it somewhere before or in the second break or something, because I think it really accompanies the other vocal, the shine on one, really nicely. So yeah. That's it.
Amazing. Super detailed comments here from you, Johannes. I would say, Ian, like, this track sounds like a winner to me. When you find that strong sample, you know, it can really make the track. And if you have a great sample like that, a great loop, you can just let the sample do the hard lifting, and you just have to accompany that with a great bass line. And that's it. One thing that I particularly liked about this track was the orchestra hits. I'm a big fan of orchestra hits. It's a very nostalgic sound for me, because in the 80s there's a lot of orchestra hits, and that was when I was a little kid, and I remember this vividly. Really like those kind of sounds. I really feel, I'm going to play that real quick, feel this piano here. It's like, but it left me wanting more, basically, you know. So I'm echoing Johannes' words here. Like, it's really nice to introduce those chords, and I don't know, like if you played those yourself, if this was a sample, if you can sort of extend on that a little bit on those piano chords and have, you know, make them like a real feature of the breakdown, like even have somebody in it, like a key player, if I don't know, like if, whether you play the keys or not, but if you have a key player come in and just expanding on that a little bit, that could be really great. Other than that, yeah, not much to criticize on this track. Other than like a great execution here, and a lovely track, really good. I like it. All right,
Good job, bro.
let's move on to Troxy. Do You Love Me? So, here we go. Okay. Yeah. Let me start on this one. Troxy, Well done. This is very much the sound of now. It reminds me of, like the kind of UK sort of tech house sound of now. Bassline driven, complex bass lines that kind of drive the whole track. This is one of the main things that I liked about this track was the variations in the bass line and that it had some complexity to it. So it doesn't get boring listening to it. I also really like the acid line that you introduced halfway after the first break. That little acid flourish kind of really sort of lifted the track. Until then, I thought I could have done it with a bit more, but then the acid line came in. I was like, okay, here we go. I also like the kind of ravey stabs, the dun 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 dun. They fit very, very well into the sound aesthetic. Again, as I'm saying, it's the sound of now. But what I have to criticize is I think the first and the second break are too stripped back. I think the track was losing a lot of energy in the first break. You kind of need to have some sort of build up going on in this track. I think this track could really benefit from, as I would say, the classic snare roll, start really low, almost inaudible right from the beginning of the break, and then building up in volume all the way through. So you're building anticipation. If you just strip it back and you just have like a few bass hits, I'm just going to play that real quick. It's just too bare bones for me here. It's losing too much energy. So I would start building things up here, start introducing some high frequency elements. Could be a snare roll, could be crash cymbals, a crash cymbal pattern that's building up in intensity. Could be like some kick hits, like boom, boom, boom. Doubled up with a crash cymbal, and then just building up the energy in that build up, so you have some impact on the drop. Those are my comments for now. But a solid track, man. Yeah.
The choice of the sounds really, really nice. These work really, really great in the club usually, and it's a nice call and response thing. The two different kind of basses which kind of work from each other or off each other. There's a nice crunch on it, like sound design wise, the basses are really, really nicely brought to life, so to say. To fight the break situation that you just mentioned, I directly wrote down that it's always nice in the break to open up the room a little bit. If you don't do it with the drum elements already, and you have the bass just on its own, because you don't really have any musical elements in the break, then the bass line, you either need to vary the bass line a little bit, because I feel like you knew which key you were working in, but you didn't really dare to put any other notes from that key in there that much. I feel like the most you moved out of the root note was like a third up, and that's it. And then you didn't. So you stayed in key, but I would say like try to go a little bit more wild on the notes here and there, to I don't know. I can't fucking sing it right now because I don't know the key in my head, but try to figure out a little bit more, maybe if the response is going to be a fifth up or something, or a seventh, or I don't know, and to put some reverb on the bass in the break. You can kind of put a low cut on the bass and then go crazy on a reverb or the delay or something in the break. This is how you keep it interesting if you don't really have too many other elements being introduced, which is fine. In the club it's super nice to only hear the bass coming in, and because with it on with your track it's really, really nicely hearable, the bass, it's not like some rumble or something. So you have the ability to really put some nice effects on the bass, whether it be a reverb, delay, or a phaser, whatever the fuck you want. So I would try to do that. And the rave step is really nice. This is the thing which saved the track a little bit for me, because there you go a little bit more wild on the notes, but I would also try to implement that a little bit into the bass. And I really like on the second drop the little tease that you don't go all in on when the listener expects it to go in, but
Yeah.
you know,
Tease him
to
a little
groom
bit.
a bit,
Yeah, I
to
noticed that
groom.
one. I noticed that one as well. That was cool. Thanks for the comments, Johannes. Very, very, very valuable. Troxy, you count yourself lucky. You know, you got some comments from Johannes Kolter himself to improve your track. Just checking in on the comment section here. Where's everybody? Crazy. Midlands, UK, Amsterdam, Austria, Netherlands,
NY.
Breda, Berlin, New York, Cape Town, Netherlands, Cologne, San Francisco, Wales, Morocco. Holy shit. We've got half the world tuning in here. All the way tuning in from North Africa. I
Thank
love it.
you. Yeah, maybe we should do it more regularly or something.
Yeah, I mean, look, we would love
Or
to.
I steal the idea.
Johannes, it was your idea. You know what I mean? You can't steal something that was your idea in the first place. You know, you told me to do this, and thank you very much. So many more people: Barcelona, Amsterdam, Napoli, Jersey,
Chicken McNuggets.
Colorado, Romania,
Just
Frankfurt,
man.
Brighton, Bogota. Holy shit! Santiago de Chile, Sydney, Glasgow, Switzerland, Canada.
Chicken McNuggets.
Manchester, Frankfurt, guys, absolutely blown away from all of you checking in. And yeah, Johannes, we'd love to have you on again for sure. You know,
Are we done?
and
Oh, wait.
no, we're not done yet. We got a
Yeah.
couple more. Unless you gotta go, I don't have to go.
No, I don't.
Yeah, all right. Let's get stuck into some more tunes now, guys. Thank you very much. Right, so AMBI,
A couple tune.
a couple's tune, yes.
A couple tune.
And it goes a little something like this. 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 And it goes a little something like this.
Okay. No more new elements. I think we've heard it all now. Right. Johannes, it's your turn.
Nice. Yeah, the drums are super cool. I feel like I've not really heard a track yet which doesn't have drums which wouldn't go down well in the club, I think. You know, like mixing wise, everything seems to be on point for me at least, but I'm not really good with this shit as well. I feel like the main riff kinda is too simple for it to just go through the whole track like this. In the end, or just before the second break gets introduced, I was surprised that there's an actual cool response element.
All right. That was
I
right
would've
here.
wished-
I can't find it now, but I remember the.
No, it was there. It
Yeah,
was there.
yeah.
But you just no. Later. You
That one. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
I didn't hear this. Maybe it was way later or something that I heard it again, but this was the thing which the main thing was missing the whole time. You know, I think on this position it's way too late being introduced. Also, I would try to have this main synth. It's a fifth, but I would try to play it an octave down as well to just try it, because like this it sounds a little bit toyish. You know, unprocessed and too left alone. You know, it was. I feel it didn't have enough character for it to just play this simple melody and keep on going like this forever. So I would try to either play with the melody a little bit of this one, or to try to play it an octave down, to have this response element that I was just talking about earlier, to have this way before, and also this super cool One Time for Your Mind vocal that he just randomly, or she just put randomly in the break, in the second break. It came in, I thought like, this is a really cool element, and then it was away again for the whole time. It like, I thought like, okay, maybe it's gonna stay in until the drop and then it disappears, but it didn't really. It just was used for 8 bars and then it was gone. And I think this element was also a really characteristic vocal which leveled up the track, and then it was only disappearing after a few seconds again. So I would try to also use this vocal a little bit more. I'm not saying like use vocals on everything. I kind of do too now lately, but Marsolo is a fucking master at this, you know. If he only uses one of these vocals, for example, what was it, the steak pasta one, step by step. You know, he uses step by step, and then if you hear it, like he has the vocal present almost all the time in the track. One time it's as a variation, it's a fifth octave down, kind of in a robotic way. Then it's really, really subtle by step by step by step, you know, really subtle in the background of the track, and then of course prominent as well at some point. But he doesn't really use too many different verses or too many words, but he just uses this one and then perfectly makes variations of this one little sample that he has. And I feel like I want to try to do this a bit more too, you know, because I feel like it's so much cooler to try to squeeze out the best you can out of one characteristic vocal element. So I would try to maybe take an example on Marsolo maybe, and try to implement this One Time for Your Mind one maybe. more throughout the track. One time for your mind. One time for your mind. I don't know. Whatever. Try to play with this one more, because you already selected a really cool vocal there, which could give this track like the sauce it needs.
Yeah. Super cool comments here, and I have to agree with pretty much all of them. My favorite part of the track really was this here. That melody, it's had like a really cool pitch bend on it as well. So like, the notes are kind of sliding into each other, which I always love. And as Johannes said, that there needs to be a call and response pattern with a main vocal, with a main riff, the don't, because the main one is just a little bit too simple to carry the track by itself. But if you have that as a response, that second line, you immediately have another element in there that you can use to make things a bit more interesting. Also, I think because you have a bass line that could be very easily transposed into a chord progression, the track just begs for that, literally, like, all I'm saying is that you have like a minor chord, and you have the bass line literally just, playing the same notes that play the bass line, play the minor chord, and you can just layer that and have certain sections where you have a chord progression layered on top of your bass line, playing the exactly same notes, but as a minor third. And that will immediately just give you enough variation in the track to kind of keep things interesting and keep things chugging along. Otherwise, great effort for AMBI, the two of you. I know you work as a couple.
It's the two of them.
Yeah.
It's just saying it in the chat. It's a couple track.
So
cool. And only for a month they are producing. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay, that's very impressive. I can tell you something. My music did not sound like that after a month. So if this is how you're starting out, future is bright. Great work, guys. Keep at it. Hope you can work with those comments and improve the track a little bit. But I think you can definitely make something a bit more special out of this one. And also, if you get a chance to DJ or road test it, see how it works. This is always the thing that matters the most, is like, does it resonate? Right, let's go to the next one, because we want to cover as many tracks as possible. Luke J, When the Bass Line Hits. So I'm gonna go to first break straight. Oh, sorry, no. Starts here already.
Yeah, just leave it.
Yeah. Feeling those pads.
Those are you, man.
Yeah. There's a bit of Kolter here. A breakbeat break. Ooh. Switching things up. When the bassline hits, I'm a freak when the bassline.
when the bassline hits, 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 I'm a freak when the bassline, freak when the bassline, freak when the bassline, freak when the bassline, freak when the bassline. I'm a freak when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, I'm a freak when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, when the bassline hits, I'm a freak when the bassline hits, 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 I'm a freak when the bassline hits.
Okay. I think we've heard all the elements. That last lead line coming in was probably the last new element. And that's the outro. Johannes, you started with the last one. Do you want to start again? Oh, you want me to start?
I can. I don't really have that much written.
Oh, now you're frozen. Okay. Maybe you're going to unfreeze in a second, Johannes. I'm just going to start for now.
Hello, am I back?
No, yeah, you're back now. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, this was a big fuck. I always have it when I'm gaming too.
Yeah, you're fine now. You're good now.
Being kicked out of the party.
Yeah, you're good now. You're back.
And that's how I felt at the first drop.
Oh yes, yeah, getting kicked out of the party. Yeah. So,
Seriously, I was riding a car like sick pads and stuff, and then I felt like somebody kicked me out of the car and left me in a dark alley, and I didn't know how to get home.
okay, give me your comments on that. What are you thinking about that switch up in the bass line?
I feel like these kind of things could go down well. I'm not sure, but for me, it didn't really make the cut. I felt like these were 3 different tracks in one, and I can't really blame him because I always feel like my tracks are also 2 or 3 different in one.
Yeah, like sometimes there's a lot of melodies.
But then they need to fit into each other.
Yeah.
And I think I mean, to start with something good, the drums were nice, and I think the choices of sound, especially the pad and the lead that went onto the pad, were so nice. I would maybe delete everything else except for the drums, the pad, the lead sound, and just start over with something.
With the arrangement?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the bass line was in key with the pad.
Yeah. That was the main point for me.
And the lead sound later felt like it was, but yeah, it was a bit messy, all this.
So
And
yeah, the switch up. I'm gonna go just real quickly back to
I
this
like
part.
the fact that he did this.
When the bassline hits, I'm a freak when the bassline.
I mean, I wanted to go straight into this. So
Yeah, that's why I feel like somebody kicked me out of the
Yeah.
car where the tune was playing and then left me in the alley standing there. And
So, like, I agree with you, Johannes. I want to give Luke points for trying to do something different, right? And trying to switch things up and come with some
that's what I
unexpected
meant.
shit.
So don't get me wrong. I love it when you try to do these kind of things, you know. In this case, I have to say it didn't work for me, you know. in the end, as always, I said it in the beginning, you're very free to give a fuck about what I'm saying and don't really take my word for it too much, you know. In the end, you have your own
Person,
Yeah.
artist. Yeah.
you're your own person,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah,
Yeah. So
I've loved the effort.
I
with this.
love that as well. I love that you try something different and trying out different things. You know, it's like taking risks, you know. It's also sometimes when you throw a curveball in a DJ set, it can work or sometimes it can't work, you know. In this case, I also have to agree with Johannes. For me, it didn't work, mainly because I think the bass notes were not in key for the switch up bass line that you dropped in. But the part for me that was the most successful part is like, you know, how groovy your bass line is and how that the interaction with the pads and the harmonies that were created with the pads were super dope. The lead sounds were also really dope. The build up was great up till there, before you switched up the bass line. This part here, you know, this is really cool. Well, like you worked with the vocal really well. Like, you know, the build up worked really well. If you drop in straight into this section here,
when the bass line hits.
and then introduce the pads and the lead sounds later on, as Johannes said, then you're onto a winner, you know. So yeah, like I think you know, just to sum things up again, you know, the switch up didn't quite work for me, but you're getting points for trying to do something different here, and not going down the more obvious route. Okay, thank you, Luke. Let's keep going. Wir haben noch 3 Stück, Johannes. Letzten 3 Tracks. Lucas Repetto, Hear the Rhythm.
When you hear the rhythm,
Okay.
When you hear the rhythm, start to move. When you hear the rhythm, start to move.
Okay. Thank you, Lucas Repetto. So I'm going to start on this one. I don't have many comments on this one. I like the bass line. It's like some longer held notes, not so much complexity, but you get a nice complexity from the melody sitting on top. All the elements are there. You got some nice chords in there. You've got cool lead sounds. The vocal is not too prominent. It sits nicely in the background. So as Johannes said earlier, it's almost like the vocal becomes like an unconscious rhythm element where you don't actually perceive it as a hook, you know, that you repeat in your head. It's just like a texture almost. And I really liked that. And I thought it's a well-produced track. I don't have many negative comments on it. Well, I wouldn't say comments. I shouldn't be negative anyway. Constructive comments in regards to this track. It's really solid, and you know, if you keep going and developing your sound, Lucas, you're onto something. You know.
Yes, I also think it's a really nice and well-produced track. I love the bass sound, also how it goes up really subtle at the end of the 8th bar or something, you know, it makes it really, really, I don't know. I love this kind of ear candy, especially in the bass region, you know, if it goes up by an octave real quick with a glide function or something. I love the pads in it as well. The lead sound was a little bit too Repetto for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It was more of like another layer. It was usually the lead sound needs to be the one that's stuck in your head, right? And for me, it was just doing like we're just doing an atmosphere kind of thing, which is all right. But then if it doesn't take the lead, so to say, in the track, I would expect a more obscure or cool vocal. When you hear the rhythm start to move, it said, right? I'm not sure if it can. I would rather have no vocal in it than only this. Let's say it like this. But this is super subjective. I just wouldn't find this one obscure or cool radio-ish enough to stand out and make this track more interesting. So yeah. Also, I would choose a different snare sound. In the build-up, I felt like this was some like boom bap kind of snare, which sounded cool itself, but I didn't really think fits well into this kind of vibe of the track. So I would just go super standard and choose an 808 or 909 snare roll. Yeah, I'm not saying drop the snare roll because it was, I guess, helping to create tension in the track, but I would choose another sound and just go standard with this one. I don't think you have to reinvent the wheels really with snare samples in the build-up so much. But yeah, cool track, really good. Would work well on the dance floor, I think.
Okay, thank you for that one, Johannes. Let's get into the next track. Raindrops, no telling.
My man.
Nice minimal groove on this one. So this was a short one, not a full track obviously, but I thought it was so different and the idea was so different that it deserved to be included. We're coming to the end here now. Do you want to start, Johannes, on this one?
Yeah, I didn't take any notes though. I feel, yeah, it's nothing I would play, but it's something I really appreciate because it's like the main task was to make it freaky, to make it, you know, stand out with its glitchiness and stuff. You kind of wondering the whole time, like where does this come from? You know, like the beat was kind of the supporting thing for all the different glitchy elements which were coming in. Like at some point it was revealing it came from a vocal, and then again not. You know, it was like I was constantly wondering, like yeah, where these sounds come from, you know. And I think that's already a mission accomplished for itself. And I don't think he even you even need to see it in the club context so much, this one. I think it can be also like album stuff again, you know, where you just feel free to do whatever the fuck you want and have fun with experimenting with stuff and trying to, you know, not stick to a certain style that's hype or something, you know, and do your thing. So I like that you chose this one as well. I know the guy actually. He's an Aussie cunt. A good cunt.
So I wanted to say, like, you know, I appreciated that he handed in something a bit different, and that's why I chose this track to be part of the session. You know, this really reminds me of kind of the raw minimal sound that was big like kind of 10 years ago, and everybody was making this sound, and you know, like Barack and all of those guys were like, you know, New Sour. There were so many of them, and it was a hype sound for a while, and you know, music goes in cycles, and it, you know, went out of fashion, and now we on to like different kind of sounds right now. Even in Romania, when you go back there and you play there, they play like kind of the UK sound now, which is crazy, you know. But, you know, nevertheless, music goes in cycles, you know, and if you are into something, and this is why I picked this track, then you should do it, you know, even if it's not in fashion, you know. And if you stick with it long enough, it'll be back in fashion at some point, you know.
Yeah, I hear so many people rapping like the old Dusky tracks again.
Yeah.
You know, what was it, Careless or something?
Yeah. And actually, they're really relevant again. Yes, absolutely. You know, yeah.
I feel like this could be coming back a little bit more, and it's a sound I really like as well. So why not? You know, I was never into the raw minimal kind of stuff though, so I guess this will pass by again.
Yeah. So glitchy weirdness, glitchy after hour weirdness. You know, like I would just wanted to say, like, if you're into this, just keep developing it, do your thing, and you know, it might take a while, but it's going to come back around again, you know? And then you are one of the pioneers. Right, let's get into the next one. Harry Smale. I haven't got my glasses on. Harry Smale.
Speedy.
Speedy 2.6. Version 2.6. Version 2.66666. Version 2.6 final 6. Version 2.6 final, definitely right? Final 6.
We had a 1.5 before.
Yeah.
take this little intermission and listen what the fuck I got to say, you know. I've been doing this shit for years, holding heat, son. Robbing niggas, running up in niggas' crib, you know the whole shit. So don't ever in your life get me confused with some of them other niggas that you might see on TV or hear on the radio or such. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is me, P. I'm speaking for my fucking self. When you see me at a show, on stage, or on the street, I definitely got the get on me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, coming up to the second break and almost done on this one. Okay, coming up to the end now. I think we've heard enough. All right, this is the final track, guys. What do you think, Johannes?
Saw somebody writing pool party vibes. I was imagining myself definitely bouncing to this next to the pool with a drink in the hand. I absolutely loved the point where the chord came in. But until that moment, I felt like, yeah, it's kind of cool. So I felt like it needed something, and then the chord came, and I thought like, okay, this is the groove which can go on for the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
But without, I didn't feel like it yet. So I mean, ultimately, it would be the best to have any point of the track being just nice as it is. But I think what annoyed me a little bit was this little bellish, what is it, tingle?
Triangle.
Triangle sound.
Yeah.
It was cool, I think, instead of a classic ride or something to bring it in, but it went on the whole track, and I felt like it's a little bit annoying because also the lead sound felt like it was a triangle. You know, it was kind of nice, but I would maybe for this kind of track, because it was a proper groover and a hip shaker, I would maybe try to use maybe a different sound for the lead sound and use maybe a Rhodes, you know, because then it can stay deep, and then it has a little bit cooler character, I think, because now everything sounded like so thin, you know. and the current sound that you used for the lead doesn't really feel full enough. Apart from that, it's a super cool groover. I loved the additional chord which came in on the off, you know, and then with the other chords, you know, really, really proper groover. I loved it, and cool track. I would definitely dance my ass off to it.
Yeah, so I have to agree with Johannes. Coolest part of the track for me was when the stabs and the chords came in. That's when things got going for me. I think the main issue with this track is mixdown issues. It did sound a little bit thin to me. So just your general sort of mix improvements. Like sometimes mixdown issues can be really hard to resolve because, you know, it depends what kind of setup you got at home, what kind of room you've got, you know. I would just recommend, and I'm not getting paid by them, but I would get Sola Works room EQ or headphone EQ to make sure that you have really flat headphones and that things actually sound the way they should sound. And then reference other tracks in terms of their sonic kind of picture the sonics. You know, is your bottom end strong enough? You know, for me the bottom end was a little bit too thin. Ideas was I liked it. Also the triangle sound for me was just a little bit. I think I like the triangle sound. It's like it has like a dreamy quality to it, you know. But don't overdo it, you know. Maybe just use it sparingly. Other than that, like you know, I liked it. The strongest points for me was the bass line and the chord progression. But the mix needs work. You need to make this sound a little bit fatter. The drums need to sound a little bit harder. I would like use a little bit of kind of distortion on the drums. So the setting a little bit warmer on the Ableton Saturator is a great way to make drums kind of cut through the mix and to make kicks hit a little bit harder. Okay, those are my comments for this track. Guys,
Yeah, good ones. Yeah.
This
Yeah, all
concludes
of
the
them.
session. This
All
concludes
of
the
them, they were
session.
really great.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for everybody sending in their music. Look, I mean, we got over 300 tracks sent in. We would like to do more, but this is 2 hours now, and obviously we can't listen to everything. You know, every time we're going to do this, we're going to pick, you know, as many tracks as we can and give it as much time as we can. Thank you so much for Johannes for doing this. We really appreciate your expertise. Super insightful comments. And thank you for taking the time, Johannes. It really means a lot to us. It really
no
does.
Worries.
Yeah.
No worries. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, continue to do something like this also.
Amazing.
Maybe with going through a little bit of questions that, you know, just a hangout session or something. I want to do this more dedicated. Maybe also with taking on demos for my label and stuff, because I've been super lazy with this shit, to be honest. And as I don't know, whoever saw my Instagram story, I try to do this, to make this like a weekly thing or something where people can hang out and send some demos.
I think this
for
would
the
be
label
super
and stuff.
appreciated from everybody in the house scene. And, you know, you got the ball rolling on this, Johannes. You encouraged us to do this. And the more, the better. You know what I mean? I think people are super appreciative of getting high-level feedback on their music. That's one of the number one things that people request. So if you're going to do this on the regular, I think you're onto a winner there, Johannes. So thank you so much for taking the time. Guys, this is it from us. Over and out and goodbye. I really appreciate you, every single one, to be there. We started off this session with 120 people. And until about a minute ago, until I said this was the last track, there was still 120 people. And now it's 70. But that's all good. Everybody signed out now because obviously they're waiting for their track to get played. I'll see you on the next session. Thank you very much.